This is 2.3 multiplying decimals, 7th grade math, page 66 in your book. And you'll notice right there on page 66 we have some key vocabulary. It is the leading digit. So leading digit is, and it is defined, that line was supposed to be straight. I guess it's straight at an angle, and that counts. Leading digit is defined on the bottom of page 66. It says, the leading digit of a number is the first non-zero digit. So if you look at first, let me write it, non-zero digit, D-I-G-I-T, that's supposed to be an I right there. So, for example, 3,821, the first non-zero digit is 3. That's the leading digit. That's the digit that is in the lead of the number. It's got the highest place value. So that's the leading digit. So we will come to that. We'll talk about rounding numbers. That's usually where we use the leading digit, is you round to the leading digit. So we'll talk about that as we come to it. And we will move to the first one, example number 1. And before we do that, I want to point out the key concept box, since we're writing out the key concepts. So this is going to be the key concept for this unit. It's talking about ways, how do you multiply decimals? Okay, so again, I like steps. So first thing you do is it says you multiply decimals just like you would any other whole numbers. So you just multiply. And if I can, well, Pin really doesn't like this right now. You multiply and you ignore the decimals. Okay, you ignore the decimals. So you just multiply just like you do regular old numbers. Then you place the decimal point in the answer. Okay, and how do you do that? The decimal is equal, you count number of decimal places just listen, if you can't do I'll read this again after I write it. Decimal places, maybe if I can get it written, in factors, then put that, I'm going to go up here, maybe it'll write better. Put that, I can't even spell, that many in the product. That's product. So place decimal point in the answer. To do that, you count the number of decimal places in the factors, then put that many in the product. Okay, well, that's written on page 66 in the key concept box, way better than I just wrote it, so you can look at that. And then let's do one. So here I said ignore the decimals. So you go through and you do your regular multiplying. That's 2, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 5 is 5, and then you put a placeholder, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 4 is 32, carry the 3, that's 20 plus 3 is 23. It'd be a waste to do that with 0, so you're done. Just like you normally do, you add the numbers up. There's 8, there's 3, and there's 2. You count how many decimal places in the factors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 up there, so you must have 4 in your answer. You always start at the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this answer is 2.3862. So let's check that out. See what they do. Hello. I think it froze on me. Oop, that's working. 2 decimal places plus 2 decimal places look almost exactly. 2.3862. 4 decimal places in the answer. So example number 2, multiplying decimals again, same stuff, and see, I'll talk about how they're checking their work. They're using, that's where the estimation comes in. It's 40, 32 plus 4 is 36, carry the 3, 51, I don't know how I did that, put a placeholder, that's 5, 4, 6, 0, 1, carry the 1, 4, 5, 6, 11, so I get 11610. And I have 2 decimal places right there, no decimal places right there, so I have to put 2 of them in my answer. So 116.10. And they use estimation to check, so here's what they do. You take the leading digit, which is a 6, right here, and round that to 20. 6 times 20 is 112, and it's 116 close to 112. It's just to give you an idea, am I close? Is my answer reasonable? Does it make sense? So there it talks about the 2 decimal places. Here, let me get rid of that so you can see better. Maybe. Let me find my eraser. 0 decimal places. There they multiply just like we did. Okay. And then you can drop the 0 off, it says, because the 0 on the end of the decimal place isn't really, is just an extra stuff, and then there's where they're checking it to see that it's reasonable, just like what we did. So this one, same thing, you have the zeros right there, so you really all you have to do is multiply by 6. So 6 times 3 is 18, carry the 1, 3, carry the 4, 12 plus 4 is 16, carry the 1, that would be 7. You have 3 decimal places up here and 2 there, so that's a total of 5 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm getting 0.07638, and let's see, this is about 1 times 6 cents is about 6 cents, about 0.6, and that's really close to it. So I would say yes, our answer is reasonable. They're talking about the decimal places, there's 5 of them, and then there's their answer, and then there's their check. Alright, guided practice. Find the product, then check that your answer is reasonable. And the check, you know, I don't really, the check can be just a quick mental check. I'll show you here how we'll do that. 1.4 times 7.2. So what I would do is 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 1 is 2, add the 0, 8, carry the 2, oops, carry the 2, 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 is 9. 8, 0, carry the 1, 0. There's 2, there's a decimal place here and 1 here for 2 total. So I put my answer in, I get 10.08. So let's round this. That's 1. That's about 7. 1 times 7 is 7. Would you agree that that's close enough to our answer? 10 is pretty close. I'll take it. I think it works out. See what they come up with. 10.08. So then number 2, I come right over here. Be 0.98 times 0.21. 8 is 8. 1 times 9 is 9. Placeholder 16, carry the 1. 18 is 19. That's 8. 15, carry the 1. 0, carry the 1. 2, and there were 4 decimal places. 2 here and 2 here. So 0.2058. Checking, this is around $1 times, I don't need to round that one, 21 is about 21 cents, and 20 cents works out. 0.2058, so it works. So they're getting bigger on us, aren't they? My pen will work this long. 2.351 times, I don't understand. Oh, no, I wasn't supposed to go that far. why this pen doesn't work. It's just amazing to me. See, look. Maybe it'll work down here. 2.351. Doesn't like to make fives. Times 1.6. You might have to do this one on your own. 6. I don't have enough room to do it there. Let me erase. All right. 2.351 times 1.6. Okay. I'm going to go turbo multiplying. There's 6. There's 30. Carry the 3. 18. The 1. Carry the 2. 12 plus 2 is 14. Add a place value. 1, 5, 3, 2. And that's not very turbo, is it? 6, 1, 6, 6, 7, 3. And there's 3 place values there. 1 there for a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.7616. So let's check it. That rounds to 2. That rounds to almost 2, 4, and that's close enough to 4. Let's get out of here before my pen really quits. Evaluate the expression when m equals 3.26 and n equals 1.24. So we put the value in, and I think you guys are capable of multiplying 3.26 times 2.6. Okay, so you guys do that. Show all the work. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry the 3. 12 plus 3 is 15. Carry the 1. That's 19. Add a place value. 12. Carry the 1. That's 5. That's 6. That's 6. 7. 14. Carry the 1. 6. 7. 8. And put in 3. 3 times 3 is 9. It's about 9. I'd say that's about right. Let's see what they came up with. 8.476. 1.7 times n. Well, this time there's more numbers on the n, so I'm going to write those first. You don't have to line up your decimals when you're multiplying. That's a good thing to bring up for you guys. When you add, you have to. When you're multiplying, don't do it, because if you do, you'd have to scoot it over and add a place value, which is a 0. You don't want to add places. You just remember, you forget. Pretend like this number up here is 124. And this number is just 17. So that's 8, carry the 2. That's 16, carry the 1. That's 8. There's a placeholder 4, 2, 1. 0, carry the 1. 1, carry the 1. And there's 3 place, so 22.108. And it really comes out to be like 1. That's like 2 right here. This is about 2 if we checked it. This rounds to only 1. 1 times 2 is 2. It estimates, I'll take it. 2.108. Now m times n, of course they're going to make us do, let me get rid of the stuff on this slide. M, so they're going to go 3.26 times 1.24. Some of you might want to be tempted to use a calculator on this lesson. I don't want you to use calculators. I want you to practice your facts. You know, it's not too bad if you know your facts. So 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry the 1. That's 13. There's my placeholder. It's going to be 12. Carry the 1 is 5. Then 6. Then I go with the third one. I have to have 2 placeholders. 6, 2, and 3. Ooh. That line should have gone there. There's going to be a 4, an 8, 11, 12, and 14. Carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Carry the 1 is 4. And 4 place, there's 2 in each one for a total of 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 point, so I can write 4.0484. Hold your fingers, cross your fingers. Oh! 2. You guys saw that. Where did I get an 8? Look what I did right here. 2 times 6 is 12. Not an 8. That's where I messed up. I bet you guys caught that. Always need to keep me in line. All right, example number 3. Central Park, multiplying decimals to find area. Central Park in New York City is a rectangular park about 2.5 miles long and 0.5 miles wide. What is the area of Central Park? Well, you remember for area, to find the area of a rectangle, you take length times width. Area equals length times width. And you know the length. That's 2.5 miles long and 0.5 miles wide. And I would probably even draw myself a little picture of this park. 2.5 for this one and 0.5 for this one. So then you know when it comes time to solve it, you're going to be multiplying the length and the width. And 25 times 5 is like $1.25 if you just do it in your head, and then it's 2 decimal places. So 1.25, and notice they put a label on it. Anytime you have area, it is square. In this case, it happened to be square miles, or you could have written it this way, miles squared. So find the area of the rectangle. The rectangle would be length times width, so you're going to go 9.42 times 2. That's going to be 4, that's going to be 8, that's going to be 18, 2 decimal places, and the proper label would be inches squared, or you could write out square inches like this. Oop, don't put an E in it though right there. I usually just use inches squared. Make sure you put the correct label on your answers or those are considered wrong. There's our area. So another one on 8, it's another rectangle, 8.4 times 4.3. So we just multiply again. There's a lot of multiplying. 24 plus 1 is 25. Put a 0. It's terrible again, sorry. Do not know why it doesn't. See, I don't understand why that goes like that. That's going to be a placeholder. It's going to be 16, carry the 1. 32 is 33. And I don't even know if I can remember what I wrote there. There's a 2, I think that's a 5, carry the 1. 3, 4, that's 6. 30. 2 decimal places up there, so 2 down here, so it's going to be 36.12 centimeters squared. Let's see, we're going to be right on top of it. Yes, we got it right. Okay, example number 4, standardized test practice. Here we're going through. It says you go to the farmer's market, you buy 14 4/10 pounds of fruits and vegetables. The prices range from 25 cents to $2.10 per pound. What is the range of the amount of money you could spend? Well, if you bought everything for a quarter, if all of them was a quarter, you have about 14 pounds. It says what is the range of money you could spend. So you got about 14, smallest amount would be everything at a quarter a pound. So to find the smallest one, you take 14.4 times 0.25 times a quarter. That's 20, and that's 22. Carry the 2. That'd be a 7. That'd be a placeholder. 8, 8, 2. 0. What is that? An 8. 16. Carry the 1. 16. Carry the 1. There's a 3. 2 places. 36. That's not right. There's 3 places. Sorry. I thought, wow, that's a lot. It's supposed to go over there. $3.66. So from about $3.60. And notice that eliminates A and B. So our answer we know has to be either C or D. And at $2 a pound, well, even $14 right here, if we just rounded it times 2, would be 28. I don't think we would ever get up to 45. So just using some logic, I'm going to say the answer is C. So what I did is I found out what's the least amount of money I could spend. If everything cost a quarter, if all those cost a quarter, I took that times 14.4. Then I just estimated taking 2 times 14 and again calculated. That's what they did. 210, and they did the exact, so they agree with me, C. What if you were to buy 16.8 pounds of fruits and vegetables? What's the range of amount you might spend? So again, we have the prices range from 25 cents per pound to $2.10 per pound. Those are our 2 numbers, so we have to multiply 16.8 times 25 cents. 0, carry the 4, 34, carry the 3, that's going to be an 8. Placeholder 16, carry the 1, 13, carry the 1, 3, 9, 12, carry the 1. Okay, it would range from $4.20 to, what if they were all $2.10 a pound? 0, 0, 0, placeholder 8, 6, 1, double. 2 times 8 is 16, carry the 1, that's 12, 13, carry the 1, that's going to be a 3. And move it over 3 places. So it'll range from could range from $4 to 25 cents to $35.28. So right there's just a lot of multiplying. Man, mine can feel, my hand feels like it's going to fall off. I've been writing so much. So I'd expect you to do the same thing in your lesson, a lot of multiplying. Find the products. Some of them are faster. If it's only 2 digits, obviously you just know those, but if they're written like these two and this, you need to show your work. I want to see all of those steps in the multiplying. I don't want to just see answers. I want to see that you're practicing your facts. So that's it for 2.3. We'll see you next time.